You ever watch a game and feel like you're seeing the future before anyone else does? That was me on Friday night. I walked into that stadium thinking it was just another preseason game. Another August night under the lights. A chance to see some backups, maybe a flash or two, but nothing that would really shift the ground under this franchise. Carrying a last name that already makes headlines, stepping into the huddle like he'd been in that moment 1,000 times. No nerves, no hesitation. Just this quiet, locked-in focus, the kind of energy that makes you sit up in your seat before the first snap. From the jump, he didn't look like a guy trying to survive a preseason game. He looked like a quarterback who believed the field belonged to him. The first time the pocket started to break down, I held my breath. Most rookies panic in that moment. Feet start dancing, eyes drop to the rush. Bad decisions follow. Not Sanders. He slid, reset his base, and let the ball go with perfect timing. Completion chains moving. And I thought, okay, this is different. Then came the touchdowns. 2 of them. The second, a 30-yard beauty to Luke Floria that you could put in an NFL Films highlight reel tomorrow. Perfect trajectory, layered right over 4 defenders and dropped into Floria's one-handed grab like it was scripted. That's not just arm talent. That's a quarterback with vision, timing, and nerves of steel. By the time the clock hit 0, Sanders had 2 touchdowns, 0 turnovers, and more poise than some starters I've seen after 5 years in the league. The crowd felt it too. You could hear it in the way the noise shifted. First it was curiosity, then excitement, then full-on belief. And yet, less than 24 hours later, Kevin Stefanski's press conference was ice water on the fire. No commitment. 2 more first-team reps. No, we're gonna see what the kid can do with the starters. Just talk about evaluation, process, development, coach-speak. Look. I understand there's a pecking order in the locker room. Veterans, contracts, promises. And sure, you don't want to blow up your QB room dynamics too fast. But Friday night wasn't a mirage. This wasn't a rookie lighting up a vanilla scout defense. This was a young quarterback walking into a live, and still, he delivered. No panic, no wasted motion. Was crisp. His decision-making was clean. He didn't just manage the game, he attacked it. And the way he handled pressure, that was 12 times Sanders either escaped, made the correct read, or got the ball out on time. Even the sacks were smart, no massive 15-yard losses. That killed drives. Inside the Browns building, the message is patience. Outside, in this city, people are tired of patience. They've lived through more quarterback chaos than most fan bases could stomach in a lifetime. They know what a good performance looks like, and Friday night was one of them. And here's where it gets interesting. The Browns didn't exactly set him up to succeed this week. It's no Kenny Pickett, no Dylan Gabriel. Most of the first-team reps went to veterans. Yet when game time came, they handed him nearly 3 full quarters, and he owned every snap. He ran red zone drives. He worked backed up against his own goal line. He faced 3rd and long. They threw him curveballs with play-calling run-heavy one series, pass-heavy the next, just to see if he could adjust. Every time, he passed the test. That's the kind of adaptability you can't coach into someone in 2 weeks. You either have that processing speed, or you don't. Sanders has it, so why the brakes? Why slow this train down? Is it to protect him, or to protect the depth chart from being shaken up? If this is truly about evaluation, then the next step is obvious. Give him snaps with the starters, and see if the ball still comes out the same. And let's be clear, this isn't about hype. Not about Dion tweeting or the Sanders name. In the headlines, it's about football. It's not Sanders' performance that's holding him back. It's politics. It's pecking order. But here's the thing. In this league, if you have a quarterback who's playing this clean this early, you don't hide him. You push him. You test him harder. Because if the Browns are truly serious about finding their guy, they might have just seen him. And the longer they wait to find out, the more they risk letting the moment slip away. Friday night was more than just a preseason game. It was a statement. The question now isn't whether Sanders is ready for the next step. The question is, do the Browns have the guts to take it? The morning after Sanders' debut should have been a victory parade in Cleveland. It's not a literal one, but you know what I mean. The kind of day where the coffee tastes better, the air feels lighter, and every sports talk station in town plays the same highlight clip over and over again because we saw it. We saw a young quarterback in a Browns uniform who didn't just survive his first real NFL test, he took it head on and owned every second of it. 2 touchdowns, no mistakes, and the kind of composure you normally see from guys who've been under center for a decade. But instead of letting the city bask in that moment, instead of giving fans the hope they've been craving for years, the story turned, and it turned fast. Kevin Stefanski stepped up to the mic the next day. And when the question came, will Sanders get a shot with the starters against the Eagles? This was his chance. This was the moment to light the fuse. Instead, he let the spark die. "We're in evaluation mode," he said, focused on development. That was it. No commitment, no hint, not even a little breadcrumb for the fans, who have been wandering the quarterback desert for decades. And here's the thing in Cleveland. That kind of answer isn't just disappointing. It's a gut punch. We've seen too many quarterback maybes turn into nevers. The patience here, it's paper thin. And within minutes, social media was a war zone. Some fans called it classic Cleveland. Find something good, then hesitate until it's too late. Others accused the organization of protecting the status quo, shielding the veterans from a legitimate challenge. And I get it. Competition sounds great in a press conference, but it means nothing if you ignore the guy who just put together the cleanest quarterback performance of the preseason, because this wasn't a lucky bounce. This wasn't a broken coverage gift. This was a rookie reading an NFL defense in real time, feeling the pressure, and still delivering on target. That's not an accident. That's not a fluke. It's football IQ and poise at the highest level. But instead of riding that momentum, Stefanski kept his cards pressed so tight to his chest, you wonder if he even looked at them. And that's when the doubt creeps in. Because if Sanders really had earned the shot, Stefanski could have shut this whole conversation down with one sentence. But he didn't. And in Cleveland, doubt doesn't just spread. It pours in fast. Heavy and unrelenting. The NFL loves to sell us open competition. Best man wins. Let the play on the field decide. But behind the scenes, quarterback depth charts are often cemented in place by contracts, draft positions, and promises made. Long before a rookie even takes his first practice snap. And in this case, that glue might be holding Sanders back. Kenny Pickett came in with starter money and the expectation to lead. Dylan Gabriel is a young project the team's already invested resources in. Joe Flacco, he's the veteran voice Stefanski trusts, the guy who steadied the ship when the waters were rough. And then there's Sanders, the rookie with a fraction of the financial commitment. But a tidal wave of attention, and here's what NFL coaches rarely admit. Moving a rookie past established vets too soon can rattle a locker room. It can shake the confidence of the guys you've backed publicly. And when that rookie's name is Sanders, the son of Dion, primetime Sanders, the media storm isn't a risk. It's a certainty, Stefanski knows. Once Sanders takes first-team reps, there's no going back without igniting a full-on quarterback controversy. And maybe that's the point. Maybe this isn't about performance. Maybe it's about control. Keeping Sanders at arm's length buys the Browns time. Time to manage egos. Time to shape the narrative. Time to decide if they're ready for the chaos that's coming. But every day they wait. They lose something you can't get back. Momentum. Because that last name, it's more than a name. It's a headline, a brand, a gravitational pull that brings cameras, microphones, and storylines with it. Sanders wasn't just a Hall of Famer, he was a force of nature. A player who could dominate a game on Sunday and still own the sports cycle days later. From day one, Sanders has tried to keep the focus on football. He even asked his dad to skip training camp, knowing one shot of prime time in the stands would set off a circus. But, in truth, the circus was already here. When Sanders threw his first preseason touchdown, Dion tweeted 3 simple words: "Yes, Lord." That tweet reached over 2 million people in hours. That's the kind of reach that turns a nice moment into a national conversation overnight. For fans, it's thrilling. For a head coach trying to control the process, it's a headache. Because putting Sanders with the starters isn't just a depth chart change. It's opening the floodgates to attention the Browns haven't seen in years. Every throw, every read, every drive will be dissected in real time. And then came the endorsement that changed the temperature in the room. Michael Irvin, Hall of Famer, 3-time Super Bowl champion. A man who shared a huddle with Dion. Sanders himself. Irvin didn't just watch the game, he studied it. And the clip he shared, 3rd and 8, backed up at their own 8-yard line. This is where quarterbacks get exposed. No flashy deep ball, no easy screen. Just a moment where the defense knows what's coming, and the quarterback has to prove he can beat it. Irvin's verdict: Sanders passed the test. That's not hype. That's credibility from one of the sharpest minds the game has ever seen. And when a Hall of Famer stamps your performance, it's not just the fans listening, it's the front offices. Now here we are. Joint practices with the Eagles are days away. Stefanski said Sanders will get a ton of reps, but he won't say which ones. Will they be with the starters? Or will Sanders be throwing to guys who won't even be in the league next month? These next few days could be the turning point of his rookie season. If he lights it up against Philly's starters, it'll be almost impossible to justify keeping him buried. If he struggles, Stefanski gets his cover to keep things as they are. But this isn't just about a quarterback battle anymore. This is about whether the Browns will ride the wave they've been handed or let it crash on the shore. Because Cleveland has been here before. Quarterbacks have come and gone. It's promises made and broken. But Sanders just gave them something rare: hope, backed by proof. And if the Browns stall now, they won't just lose momentum. They might lose their moment. And hey, if you've been riding this roller coaster with me, hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next chapter in this story. Because if the Browns do pull the trigger on Sanders, you know we're going to break it down right here, play by play, moment by moment.